Hi guys, Forgotten Wolf here, and this is all the characters that could be getting a second version in Game of Thrones Legends. Please like, share, and subscribe before we begin. I would like to note that this video only has characters that have two versions. I'm not going over the characters that have two or more versions, being Jon Snow who has three, I think, Daenerys who has two, Arya with two, Alicent with two, Criston Cole with two, the Hound with two, and Joffrey getting a second version in early June/late May. I will start with the leaked characters that are getting second versions. The first is Rhaenyra Targaryen's a Queen of the Seven Kingdoms version. She will probably come out in the summer, and she has probably been the second most requested House of the Dragon character, and this is very needed since we already have the young Rhaenyra Targaryen, but it felt weird to not have the old one, and we already have the greens, we have none of the blacks. And we have the King Aegon, but no Rhaenyra. Felt kind of weird. So I'm glad to see this is eventually coming. The second lead character is another fan favorite, being Tyrion Lannister. Tyrion's second version I thought would have been a season 5 to 8 version, but it seems that we are getting a Battle of the Blackwater Bay version, which is also pretty cool. The speculated release date is later this year, but a Tyrion 2 has been needed since the Tyrion nerf a couple months ago. The third and final leaked character is Stannis Baratheon, and this is a Battle of the Blackwater Bay version since the fifth event has been leaked. Stannis has been really good, so a new version isn't needed, but to tell the full story of Blackwater Bay, it is needed. And when the event finally comes out, Stannis 2 will come out with that, so I'll be interested to see how powerful Stannis 2 is, considering Stannis 1 is already pretty powerful. Now moving on to speculation and what I would like to see, and what is most likely. The first character that could be possibly getting a new version is Sansa Stark. We currently have the season 5 to 8 version, but not a season 1 to 4 version, which would be the one I would think would be most likely, the one when she's in King's Landing. But once Grey Wind and Rickard Karstark are added, the next most likely addition for the Stark faction would either be the other direwolves, Bran, or a second version of Sansa. We already have a younger version of Arya, so to go along with that, it would be kind of cool to see a first version of Sansa. In addition, we have all the Starks in that period, except for Sansa and Bran. We even got Robb now, so Sansa's kind of the obvious Stark from the early seasons era show to be left out. And I would say Sansa 1 would be very likely to come out in 2026, or maybe earlier in the year. The next most likely character is Jaime Lannister from season 4 to 8. The current version we have is the early Kingslayer version, however, the version I'd be suggesting to add, which is season 4 to 8, isn't as good as a fighter as the old one, and creating brand new creative possibilities. Maybe we could see a different version of Jaime, maybe something like how Cersei has Deceive, or maybe he levels up those around him. I don't know. We would most likely get a new version of Jaime in 2026 for those wondering about a release date, but a new version. I thought we were going to get this in the Lannister assessment, but instead we got a second version of Joffrey. Moving on to Jaime's lover, Cersei. This is what I'd say the final character that could be getting a new version in the near to distant future. This Cersei would be from season 5 to 8 after she gets exposed naked in front of the whole city. The current Cersei we have is from season 1 to 4. She wears gold, is gold, and uses Deceive. And this new version wears a lot of gray, becomes pregnant, and is king of the Seven Kingdoms. She and Jaime aren't in a summon together, so having a new version of Cersei and Jaime could be in their own summon together in 2026, maybe like old lovers or something like that, or reunited love. As for this version of Cersei, I'd say maybe red is most likely. Sansa, I would once again think that she would maybe be yellow. And Jaime, I would say it's hard to predict. I think maybe purple is most likely. Yeah, and that is that is pretty much everything. All the characters I could be getting new versions. Sorry for the shorter video, but there's not many clear candidates outside those ones. I mean, maybe Samuel Tarly, but I doubt it. And yeah, I'm not gonna touch third version of Daenerys or fourth version of Jon because they're so hard to predict and just not likely. We already have everything we mostly need. Yeah, so please like, share, and subscribe. And at 100 subs, I'll do a 1 hour video on the FNAF timeline. And at 500 likes, I'll do a video Greyjoy's Rebellion. Thanks for watching, and bye!